Hello, friends. Zita here. It is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. It is day 51 of Stay Home, Stay Safe, and Healthy here in Washington. We are in phase one of opening up in Washington, but we're supposed to still stay home except for essential things until the end of the month, especially us vulnerable category people, which I am a part of since I'm approaching 60 and my horrible asthma. So I'm still home and still coming to the park every day. I came and walked the dog. It's kind of cold still. It was raining most of the day, but it finally let up. So I'm pretty much the only one here in the park, which is kind of nice. Exciting news for Oregonians. Tomorrow, most of the counties are opening up, except for the big ones, Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington County. They didn't even apply to open up yet because they're not ready. But it's confusing because the article I read, Kate Brown said all of Oregon can start opening up retail, but with a lot of restrictions. The other counties that are opening in Oregon, besides Multnomah County and Washington and Clackamas, can open their restaurants and gyms and retail stores, like I said, but with all restrictions. So we'll see how that goes. I bet Oregonians are really happy. Here in Washington, it's pretty much how it has been. I don't know how we're in phase one, because I think only essential stores are open. They have allowed car sales, car washes, and dog walking, but that was already allowed. Anyway, I've been doing it every day. Apparently, essential activities was exercise and walking your pets. Oh, I think dog walking in terms of if that's your job, perhaps. So I guess we're doing this slowly and with all these restrictions just to make sure the virus is under control. Have been hearing a lot of stuff, a lot of debates going on about masks and about how we should just let everybody come out and develop herd immunity, and that the coronavirus is going to be here for a long time, so people will die. People always die. So I get that, but I think it's okay to be cautious, don't you? I think people should be allowed to get back to work, but I do agree with the restrictions. I do agree with masks in public. I think the people that are, there's been some in the news unfortunate tragedies of people wearing their masks constantly and either passing out or dying because of lack of oxygen. So you have to be sensible in whatever you do. But I believe if you're in public, especially indoors, around people and you can't maintain 6 feet of distance, everyone should wear a mask. And I am going to put an article on my blog about that. But yeah, so I'm listening to a lot of debates. I listen to talk radio a lot. I like to hear both sides. I listen to Lars Larson and Clyde Lewis, and I watch CNN and Fox when I have time. I mostly kind of read articles online. But yeah, and I got one of my bird watching books. I haven't got my binoculars or my identification chart yet. They should be coming soon. But I hear tons of birds. Today I am needed back at the house to babysit really shortly, so I can't go on my really long walk. I'm dying to go back to the Burnt Bridge Creek Trail to do another long walk like I did a few days ago. Can't remember, that really hot day. Especially because I want to do some more bird watching. I'm really excited. Yeah, and so I'm just watching the news and seeing how this pans out. What else was I going to tell you? So that's the big news. Washington is in phase one, and Oregon will be in phase one tomorrow. But phase one seems to have different meanings in different states. I did not write down the stats for today, but they are still going up worldwide. And of course, the United States has the most. And one does question if all the cases are counted and how accurate the testing is. There has been some controversy about testing too. Most controversial is the contact tracing, because people do not want to have the mark of the beast. So yeah, but I think contact tracing is important to to prevent the spread of the virus. This is kind of reminding me of the AIDS epidemic and the panic. I remember the terror of that. And HIV and AIDS is still with us, but they do have better treatment for it. And if you develop AIDS or HIV, if you're HIV positive, you don't necessarily have AIDS, right? They do contact tracing. You have to figure out who you've been exposed to. So I think this is the same thing with any virus. This virus is global. It's a pandemic. But I do think that it seems like it's going to be around for a while, and we should get back to work. That's my take on it. Back to work with social distancing and masks if possible. It'll be interesting going back to a restaurant, because I'm hearing that now when you go to the restaurant, you have to register. You have to give them your name and phone number and email. How weird is that? But it makes sense, because if someone goes to a restaurant and gets the virus, they need to contact everyone who is there, and that makes sense to me. So it's a new and different world, isn't it? I'm still teaching online, enjoying that. I've been really tired lately. I'm not sure what that's all about. I do have trouble with, I'm a night owl. I want to go to bed early, but then boing, I'm wide awake, and I keep finding these new shows to binge watch. Right now I'm watching Being Erica. I believe it's produced by the BBC, but it's filmed in Montreal in Canada. It's about a young lady who has a lot of regrets about her past, and she meets this mysterious man, Dr. Tom, who's a counselor, that has her list all her regrets, and then he sends her back into the past. I love time travel, and it's just a fun show. I'm trying to only watch one episode a night, but then I get really into it, and then I stay up too late, and then I have to get up early and watch my grandbaby. So I'm not sure what is to be done about that. I mean, it's nice to be able to enjoy life a little bit and have this extra time. I just need to be cautious, because when I do go back to a busy schedule, I will need more sleep. My allergies are bothering me again. I'm still working on the eating. I am trying to have a smaller window of time. I want to do 10 a.m. to 2 or 3, and then fast the rest of the time. And I've been making this broth drink, and I think where I messed up is I'm drinking the broth too late, and I made too much of it and a little bit too strong, because I think it has too many calories. So tonight when I make my broth, I'm going to make a small amount and keep it pretty dilute, and then just drink tons of water, because I feel kind of bogged down. The first time I did it, the first night I did my broth during my fasting time, I woke up with a loss of 1 extra pound. Yay. But yeah. So, but I'm trying to relax and be good to myself. I tend to be a little hard on myself, as you probably can tell. But yeah, and I'm praying. And one exciting thing. I'm going to be reading through the Bible with my son, who's in prison. He's excited, and we made a little contract that we're going to read it every single day. I ordered the same Bible from Amazon. He'll get his in the prison, and as soon as he gets this, we're going to calculate the pages of the Bible from the version we have with how many days he has left in prison, and we're going to see how many pages we need to read each day, and then when he calls me, we'll discuss it. I think it's going to end up being about 4 pages a day, and I'm hoping this will get us through this time when the prisons are still locked down. I have not heard yet when prisons are going to start opening up, and I think that's national. I don't think any prisons have opened up. And what I'm talking about, they're on lockdown, they can't receive visitors. But what's even worse is they can't even have their groups like AA or NA or their classes. Andrew was taking a lot of classes that he was really excited about. So that's been the really hardest part about it. It was hard for him being in prison, but we were able to visit him. Now we can visit him by video and on the phone, but as far as personal growth goes, he's really committed to that. And he's really committed to rehabilitation. But if you're just sitting in jail without an opportunity to better yourself through classes and groups, support groups, yeah, that's hard. But I've sent him some books, and we're going to do our Bible study, and hopefully that'll get us through to when they open up his prison again. So that's my good news for the day. And speaking of good news, I'm still reading my Bible every day. I'll start over with my son, but I'll continue my own study. Did I say today is day 51? I don't remember if I said that or not. Day 51. And my psalm of the day is 103. I did not look up my other 2 scriptures. I usually do a psalm every day, and I work through the whole Bible. I am in, I think, Zephaniah. I'm in the Minor Prophets. And then I also do a gospel. I'm in Luke right now. So if you want to read along with me, Psalm 103 is very uplifting. I love Psalm 103. And a lot of songwriters and hymnists, people that write hymns, have used many of the words from Psalm 103. So that's it. I hope that you are all well and hope you're transitioning safely and enjoying life. Life is what we make it, right? And we'll get through this. We will. We will get through this all together and hopefully be better for it. In the meantime, I'm praying for you and the whole world, and I wish you a lovely Thursday evening. Zita signing out. Bye.